What's up, beautiful people? Today's transmission. If you're feeling stuck in the job that you have, you're going to always stay stuck. Because usually when we feel like we're stuck, we're continually saying, I am stuck, I am stuck. And now the universe always conspires for us. So if we say that we're stuck, we're always going to be stuck. And the universe isn't going to open up any other possibilities to this equation. Now, I remember being a tradie that I felt stuck. I was stuck because of finances. I was stuck because I enjoyed the job. I was stuck in that this is all that I could ever do. It's all that I knew. It was the only trade that I had. And so one of my clients, I've been working with him over the past couple of months, and he has felt stuck as well. The job pays well, though the hours that he's working aren't in alignment with the lifestyle that he desires to have with his wife and children. Now, rather than going down just looking at the mindset pertaining to his job straight away, I took him through some phases. So the first phase, what we did is we reset him. So we reset his value system and we reset how we looked at time management. Now, from this place, this is where he started to look at these new possibilities, because he reset the overview of his life. And so he started to reset his foundations. He started to reset what was important to him. From that place, there was a really beautiful confidence that happens within a man. So then we went into the rebuild phase. Now, the rebuild is like having a muscle car. So the reason I say rebuild, because a lot of men might go, oh, it means that I'm broken. No one in this planet is broken. But like a muscle car, sometimes we need to remove some rust. Sometimes we need to put a bigger donk in there. Sometimes we just need to touch up our nervous system. We rebuild our belief system to, rather than only looking at situations as stuck, opening and taking those blinkers off, rebuilding perception to start looking at other possibilities or other opportunities. The next phase we took him through was reclaim. So that reclaim phase was then to reclaim his confidence, to reclaim his relationship, to reclaim his finances, to reclaim himself as a man, as a father. Every area of his life, he took back ownership of his kingdom, of his emotions, of his boundaries. So he reclaimed himself. And the next phase is then remodel. So in the remodel phase, we started looking into vision and new possibilities. And we started looking into his job that he had now. And the job that he has, he's actually a contractor for a company. And that he can't bring somebody on because it's only going to be casual. So for him to have time off and holidays for his family has been super, super challenging. So he's just literally just was working himself and providing for his family, doing what he knows best, which is providing financial support. Though as a father of some young children and they play sport, he wants to spend more quality time. So we started looking into new possibilities. Now, when I say this is that new possibilities, it does not mean that you have to jump, that you have to change careers, that you have to leave your job and put this pressure on your family. There's transitions that we can make, and a little piece by piece that you can make to implement that. Just what I want to just highlight is that the only reason we're stuck is because of the mind. The mind is that this only possibility, like this is the only reality that I can have. I'm stuck here. But if we can look into new possibilities and we're open to new opportunities, then other possibilities can arise to themselves. So what I did with my client, which is something that I did for myself 4.5 years ago, is I sat down and I just started journaling. I started journaling on what was the things that I love to do. Like, what are the things that I love to do as a human? What are my interests? What are my passions? What am I really good at? If I had $1 million in the bank, what would I be doing? If I had $0 in the bank, what would I be doing? What is my ideal day? What does that entail? What does that look like? What is my ideal week? What does that look like? Who am I as a man? Where could I best serve humanity? What are my superpowers? And so I journaled on all of these questions for days and days and days and days. Now I had all of these answers on a piece of paper, but what that did was it stopped me from being in a stuck mentality. It started to be open to new possibilities mentality, because I started seeing all of these different possibilities that I never thought about, or I'd never constructively put them into a process. And then from that place, I was like, well, I'm stuck. I'm stuck with all of these ideas and possibilities, but like, what do I do next? Now, when we feel stuck, we feel we're stuck because we're trying to figure out the how. We're looking at the summit of Mount Everest and we're stuck. We sometimes get frozen. But all you need to do is take the next step. One step, that's all you need to take. And so that next step for me was I actually asked the universe, with everything that I would love to do right now and everything I'm really good at, what is a possibility? Like what possibility could I, what career, what job could I have that encapsulates all of this so that I'm more time savvy, that I'm doing the things that I love to do with the people I love the most, that it doesn't feel like a job, that I get up excited for this way of life. And so I literally just asked the universe. So I put it out to the universe, and with this newfound possibilities, as I was still in construction, I had this oomph, I had this zest, because I could see that maybe there was a way out of this situation I was in. So I was no longer stuck. And so I started also looking into, the other thing I journaled was, what feelings did all of these things give me? Like what feelings, like all of these things are my superpowers, my traits. Like I love bringing people together. I love adventure. And so all of these things that I love to do and that encapsulate all of my existence. What feelings do they give me when I'm in them, when I'm doing them, when I'm achieving them, when I've fulfilled them? Now, all of those feelings, what I did was took all of those feelings and then could I find that in my everyday life? Could I find that on the construction site? Could I find that in hanging out the washing or doing the dishes? Could I find those feelings in everywhere of my life? And then all of a sudden this idea came to me to create an adventure business, because it hit everything that I wanted to do. And so literally the adventure business was the first business, it wasn't my first business. I created a mobile cocktail bar when I was 24. But it was the first business that I created with my fiance that was the stepping stone to get me out of construction. Now it failed miserably. And it didn't work and wasn't as prolific as I wanted it to be. Yet I learned so much and it got me not stuck anymore. Now, there's a process that happened too to actually take that jump, which is what I call burning the back doors. So that's a conversation for another time. But if you're here and you feel stuck in your job, like to get new possibilities in the psyche and take these blinkers off, do those processes, watch this video back, and all of those questions, sit with them, journal, pen to paper, and just write and put that out. That is literally the first step. So that'll get you from being stuck to opening up your mind, open up your eyes to a different reality of new possibilities. Aho.